All right, this episode's of the podcast is sponsored by Gamer Boy Bathwater. Welcome back to the booth. This is episode 7. Um, we have very, very, very exciting news. Our podcast, actually, Connor, take it away. You did all the work.
I did do
You
all the
did,
work.
you did all the work.
You do the
You
video
stole the
stuff.
reins. You fucking stole the reins and you took off with it. I'm so
Well,
happy.
let's be honest here. If I told you let's go audio only, you would have just cried and shit and came. Um,
I mean, I
so
would have figured it out eventually, but yeah, yeah, all those things would have happened at
right,
once,
of
and then
course, of course.
heart attack on top of it. We're doing great.
So our podcast is not only offered on YouTube via video and audio, but now audio only as well on iTunes, Spotify, and Google Play. Links will be in the description below where it used to say audio only. Now, these are all the normal podcast episodes, not the F1 stuff. The F1 stuff will go up later when the season decides to start. The season decides to start. So that episode still says audio only coming soon because that's going to be a whole separate thing. But anyways, as of right now, the first 6 episodes of the podcast, as well as episode 7. Episode 7 will go up the day after the video does because they need time to review the episode to make sure we're not, neo-Nazis or whatever. Hope that doesn't get flagged. Anyways, yeah.
It's probably
So
already happened if we are going to get flagged.
the Booth podcast is now offered on your favorite streaming service, audio only
Holla
streaming
fucking
service.
Luya. I'm so excited.
Yes, so good, such
So
a good
good.
time. So, the Booth podcast, known for being riddled with technical difficulties. How you doing over there, bud?
I'm doing good, man. Okay.
You're searching and pecking. What's it called? Typing with one finger.
Wait, what?
It looked like you were like.
No, I was turning my Switch off. Gotta let that
Oh,
charge so I can play Animal Crossing later. Come on. What the fuck?
all right, simp.
Hey, hey, hey.
What?
As true as that may be.
Excuse me, miss.
Excuse me. Oh, Jesus fucking Christ, dude.
So how you doing on your coronation?
It's not really a coronation for me. It's working
And,
basically twice as much
yeah,
and sleeping less because school is just a nuisance.
yeah,
So, kind of
yeah.
upset about it. So, couple updates in my life. Kind of upset about it because I want nothing more than free time. You know this. I love free time. Like when I
You,
could just
you're yeah,
oh God, it's my happy place is free time.
yes.
I have next to none of it now. Thank you, Corona.
That's fun.
And also, majority of my friends are pissed off at me because I have a job that pays much more than their job when they had normal hours. So anyway, life's been fun. Yeah.
Hey, and you might be getting a check from the government on top of all that.
Well,
We both
that
might.
no won't happen.
Not for you?
No, I looked into it. So all of that stuff was done on last year's taxes.
Oh, I'm getting $1. Very nice.
Yeah. So you're not gonna get anything. Great, right? Fucking nothing. So anyway, I talked to my dad and I was like, "Hey, I know y'all don't make the number that is required to not get the money in." I was like, "So, here's what we should do." He's like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "You're going to get $500 per kid in the household. That means you're going to get $1,500 for the 3 of us that are under this roof." And I would really appreciate it, and I think one other kid would, and probably the third kid, if you just went ahead and bought a pool table and we'd throw it in the garage to, eradicate boredom. And he was like, that's not a bad idea. So we're going to completely redo my garage and throw a pool table in there because, yeah.
I mean, you got time, you might as well.
I mean, yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I'm waiting. I'm really waiting because I don't really know if I'm classified as an essential employee, but we keep working.
Yeah. Your
So
your your job's very unorthodox, and the business you work for is very unorthodox. So I don't know.
extremely unorthodox. So, I mean,
Your boss gives me the vibe that he's not going to shut down business until he's told by a government official that he has to shut down business.
even then, he would just be like, all right, just like take a machine home, and then you're going to
Yeah.
come drop the parts off that you work on at home at my house. Like, that's what would
Yeah.
happen.
Yeah.
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 Or he would be like, "All right, I need you to drop this off between like 2 and 7 a.m."
Right.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
that's what would happen.
But well, my Europe trip that I was supposed to go on this summer at the end of the summer has officially been canceled as of today.
I would assume
Um,
so.
well, but my glimmer of hope was that A, it was going to be at the end of the summer, so like late July, early August.
Hmm.
B, we had a contingency plan to reschedule for next summer or next spring break. But then the guy, the teacher that I'm going with, emails us today and said that it's looking the situation's looking more dire as they continue. The deadline to cancel the trip and get some sort of refund is April 15th. So he said we won't have an answer before then, so we're going to just call off the trip because I don't want to be wasting your money essentially.
Gotcha.
Um so trip was canceled as of today. That now means that if this all blows over by the end of summer, I now have essentially a week and a half free where I once was supposed to be in Europe. So there's that.
There you go.
Um, so that's what's updated. That's and my school has closed is extended the closure till May 4th. Um, now
Damn.
I graduate May 22nd, so the likelihood of me actually going back at all is slim to none. And they also canceled
It's
prom.
probably none. Yeah.
Yeah, because our governor, our the amazing governor said that he wants to keep the schools closed until the end of the school year. But then our lieutenant governor, completely contradicting his superior, the lieutenant governor is like the vice governor, right?
It's Texas. Nobody gives a fuck what anybody says.
I'm aware,
Yeah.
but the lieutenant governor said that the 70-year-olds just suck up and be willing to sacrifice their lives for the greater good of the people, and they should just suck it up, and we should just continue life as normal.
I saw that. He direct quote from him. I don't know his name, but a direct quote from him was, "I would rather put myself in at risk, even though I'm in a high risk like age category." He's like,
Yeah,
"I would rather put myself at risk and see the economy and stock market go back up, opposed to living." Like, what the fuck, bro?
I don't even think Mississippi's under quarantine right now. I
Well, I
think
mean,
Mississippi's
like,
still just chilling.
a lot of parts of Texas aren't even like fully shut down.
I think just the big cities. I
Yeah,
honestly think just the big cities like
it's just the
Houston,
big city.
Dallas,
Well,
Austin,
like
San Antonio,
Houston
and maybe
apparently isn't that
Corpus.
strange.
It's
Houston
weird.
apparently isn't that strange.
Well,
Um,
but the thing with Houston is that there's actually a lot of essential businesses because of the port. So
yes,
that makes a lot of
that
sense.
makes sense. But like Houston apparently isn't like fully like quarantined like we are here in Lafayette, which seems really strange. Even though,
Dallas is more lax than Austin is right now, and San Antonio is the most strict
yeah,
of the
so
of the
like San Antonio's like fucking hell's ablazing.
well, because
Houston,
that was ground zero for the virus in Texas with San
was it?
Antonio.
I
So
didn't realize
yeah,
that. Okay,
the first cases of coronavirus in Texas were in San Antonio. So that was
okay,
ground zero for us.
okay. That
Yeah.
makes sense. Um, but like Houston doesn't seem that strange. Apparently like College Station isn't that different, which I mean
No,
smaller town, but kind of a big
because
town.
well, it's because a lot, and this is what I was talking to you about when we were talking about real estate a couple months back. Um, College Station there's not that many dorms at A&M, so a
Hmm.
lot of the housing there, it's purely a college town given the name, but all the housing there is legitimately just real estate brokers and landlords that own property and are renting it out to students.
Yeah,
That's essentially what it is. And you have these massive subdivisions of like very cookie cutter duplexes. Like they're the exact same duplex, just plopped all over a neighborhood. And they're just, a couple of different guys own a couple of them and whatever, and they rent them out. So
yeah,
none of those college students had to leave. They're all still there. So that's why they're
that's
just
true.
not going to class.
That's true. Um,
All of the people that had dorms and apartments affiliated with the schools were kicked out.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, but I mean like Dallas, Austin, San Antonio are kind of like the only three that are like fully quarantined.
Corpus is pretty quarantined too, but that's because it's a port city.
There you go. But
It took a while because they had the whole spring break thing because they were complaining about spring breakers in Florida, but it was just as bad in Corpus, which
oh,
is
I'm sure.
where all the Texas kids go to
Anywhere
spring
where
break.
there's fucking sand and salt water, yeah, you're gonna have kids
Sand,
all over
salt
the
water, and
fucking
beer.
place.
They're people are going to fuck. That's
All
what they're
over the
doing.
place. Yeah. Oh my
So
God, dude. I was listening to Rogan the other day. He's like, "Can you believe these kids down in fucking Florida and Alabama and wherever the fuck?" And he's like, "I'm telling you, dude." He's like, "Nobody has been laid more in their life in this stretch of time." He's like, "Can you believe like you got a bunch of kids that don't have shit to do and they got a little bit of cash in their pocket and they're like, "Fuck it. We need booze and pussy just everywhere and
he's not
sand
wrong.
in every crevice." Like,
I know,
oh
I know,
God.
I know a couple guys that had a house that they got an Airbnb house in Corpus, and they were able to extend their reservations a couple more days whenever the news broke that the school was closing, and they
Mhm.
stayed for a little bit longer.
Yeah,
Yeah, I like, yeah.
I don't know.
My
One,
whole thing, well, my whole thing with that was like when this first broke out and they first started closing everything down, I didn't think a big deal of it
mhm,
because like in my mind, diseases spread more whenever it's close confined or there's people in close quarters, but they're indoors.
yeah,
Like I don't know why, but for whatever reason, whenever I think of like disease spreading, that doesn't accumulate to outside, right? It's dumb or whatever. But also, like there was still a possibility of keeping social distancing if you're on a beach, especially big
absolutely.
beaches. So I didn't think much of it until everything completely shut down, and then it was like, okay, well,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, one of the fucking crazy things that I heard is that they were putting check marks down. I don't know what highway, but like two or three like major highways heading north and south, shutting off going into like North Carolina, South Carolina, and Florida. Like they were shutting highways down if you were coming from the north
oh, oh, New York, yeah,
completely.
you can't leave New York City or
No,
enter, or not New York City. The entire state is on lockdown. You can't enter nor leave New York
yeah, no, it's
State.
completely locked down. It's insane. Like
Completely locked down.
everyone's fucking stacked on top of each other. Like come on.
By
Like
the way,
everyone's fucking got it there.
right behind New York City, New Orleans is now the second epicenter of this. Right behind
I'm
New
not
York.
surprised at all.
Yeah.
Not surprised at all. I
Uh,
mean, like we have terrible fucking hygiene.
well, it's also because those are two of the United States' largest port cities, New Orleans and New York.
That's true.
So there's
But
again a lot of essential business, and you have a lot of ships coming in from, believe it or not, a lot of ships coming in from China because they can go through the Panama Canal to get up to New Orleans and New York.
yep.
So you also have boats coming from Europe, which is also having a massive outbreak.
Oh my
But
God. Europe's
some
a
good
fucking
news,
shit show.
that the numbers 2 days ago in Italy started coming down of cases. The number of cases started dropping, and New York City was doubling the number of cases every 4 days. They're now doing it every 8 days, so it's slowing down.
Did you see the videos of the fucking like Italian, I don't know who it was, some official of
The
Italy.
governors,
Dude, the fucking governors, they're screaming and yelling at people from fucking terraces. They're like, "Stay the fuck inside. Don't
yeah,
go anywhere. You don't need anything." Like, oh my God.
only
Apparently,
Italy.
apparently, dude, it's illegal to walk your dog in Italy right now.
Right
Like,
now it is,
they're
yeah.
arresting people for walking their dog. Could you imagine how fucking confused an animal would be if you're like shit on the floor? Like I swear to
Yeah.
God, just shit right there.
Especially if it wasn't a potty trained animal.
Oh my God. Like
Yeah.
if I told one of my dogs, "Hey dude, like you need to shit on the floor for like the next like I don't know how long, but just shit in the corner." Like, oh God, he would be so confused. He'd be so confused.
Conspiracy for a
Go
second.
ahead.
Khabib is using the coronavirus as a way to get out of his fight with Ferguson.
I don't think so, man.
Listen, but
Khabib's a
listen.
fucking animal.
No, he is an animal. But listen to this. Russia is closing its borders pretty substantially, right?
Okay.
But the thing is that there's an exception for government workers and I forget the wording, but it was something like comrades of the state or something like that. Just like, if it's on official business, you can still leave, obviously, right?
Okay.
Um, and Khabib and Putin are really close. They're
Are
really
they?
good friends. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Putin loves Khabib because he's an undefeated Russian fighter.
Oh, I mean, obviously. Like
So so you're bringing pride to Russia, of course, right?
Yeah, I mean that's a great thing, but I didn't
So what
realize
I'm
that they were close.
not that they're close. It's just that Putin, he every single time Khabib wins a major fight, whether it be just a big fight for a hype or a title fight, Putin's always invited him to the Kremlin for a celebration.
Gotcha. Okay.
He's a big fan of Khabib, is what I was saying.
Okay.
So, but there's no doubt in my mind that if Khabib asked Putin, "Can you give me an exception to leave the country to go make this fight?" It'll be, either in international waters or in a country that doesn't have the coronavirus right now. We're gonna have maybe 8 people in the arena, and it's gonna be televised. But this is a big fight, and this is gonna finally put like the end to like the whole talk because this fight has been rescheduled and rescheduled. How many times?
I
Eight
think they should
times.
just say fuck it and put it on an aircraft carrier. Be like, God damn it, like
But
do
the
it.
thing is Khabib was the one that called off the fight.
This is true.
He said he called it off. It wasn't that the UFC called it off because of the coronavirus. It wasn't that Ferguson called it off because he was concerned about the whole Russian situation. And it wasn't that the Russian government called it off. Khabib himself called it off. So I think that he is
I
getting
didn't
cold
realize
feet
that he personally called it off.
on his Instagram.
I
He
didn't
said
see
that
that.
Russia's shutting their borders. I can't leave. But there's no doubt in my mind that if he asked Putin for an exception, he would give it to him.
Oh,
Especially if
oh, come on.
especially if he laid out like a quarantine system where he quarantined before he left, went to the fight, fought, came back and quarantined before he went back into public life in Russia.
Yeah, I'm
Like,
sure if he really, really, really wanted to, he could pull some strings and get out of the country.
right. Exactly.
But I think that they should just say fuck it and I don't know, just go fucking do it in international waters on a big ass
They
aircraft carrier.
and they could, but the problem is Khabib won't
You
leave.
realize how fucking
That's the
cool that would
problem.
be? And the UFC
That,
could do it.
I mean, the NBA's done it.
Like, yeah, but like the
Yeah.
UFC could be like, hey,
Oh yeah.
yeah, like we need to do this. Yeah,
Yeah. I I
easily.
I but the reason why I say that is because while Khabib's an animal, Ferguson's the first person I think that he's fought that could actually beat him. Connor could have beaten him. He had the potential there, but because I don't know if you knew this, but that the Conor McGregor fight with
Hmm.
Khabib, that was the first time Khabib lost a round
Really?
ever. Yeah,
Oh,
second round of that fight.
damn.
So Connor beat him, gave him his first loss to a round.
Yeah, dude, McGregor, he's something else. Like,
He is.
he's
That
truly a new person. Like,
I'm glad the
different
cowboy
type
fight
of
really
person.
helped him. The cowboy fight really
Oh my
helped him with
God,
that.
dude, the fucking cowboy fight was insane. I loved it.
Well, because
It was the
he was
best
on a losing
fucking 40
he
seconds.
was he was on a losing streak before that. He needed a W.
Oh
He needed
yeah,
a W to get out
he
of
was
whatever he was in.
angry. He was
Yeah,
angry, dude.
but he seemed like a different person.
He
Like
looked like a new fighter.
he still had the shit talking thing and everything, but when the dust settled, he was the nicest guy in the world. Like after everything was done, he was the nicest guy in
Yeah,
the
but
world.
like technically, like he looked like a new
Oh,
fighter.
I still
Maybe
to this
not
day
new. Maybe just upgraded as fuck. Like,
to this day I still
damn.
how wait how much does he weigh? Well, actually, better question. What weight classes has he fought in?
A bunch. I don't know. Let's pull it up.
Is he in Israel's weight class, or can he be in Israel's weight class? Because that's a fight that I'd want to see.
I believe he can be. Ah. I don't know. Let's look up
But
weight
yeah,
class titles.
just well, how much does he weigh right now? Or better
Uh,
yet, what weight was the cowboy fight in? What weight class? That had to be 185, maybe 205 at the heaviest.
it was 170.
170. He can make the 15-pound jump
Yeah.
up to Israel's weight class. He could do that.
What is it?
185.
185. He could do it. Here's the thing. Here's the thing with that though. If he decides to gain the extra 15 pounds, do you realize how much of a change that is to your body?
That's a good point.
Like
Yeah.
like let's say this. Like let's say you personally have had the experience, and let's just say you gain 20 pounds, and then it's like, all right, and then like you lose another 20, and you're like, okay, I still don't feel great, so you lose another 20. You've lost
Yeah.
40 pounds, I don't know, whatever time span you want to talk about. But let's say you're doing, physical crazy activities such as beating the shit out of someone with your fucking bare hands.
Not bare. They have pads on the
Okay, I'm
hands.
sorry, but fucking strangling someone with your goddamn
There you go.
thighs, okay?
There
Yeah,
you go.
it's gonna feel extremely different. And
Yeah, I know.
if Connor's like, he looked really fucking comfortable at 170 beating the shit out
He
of
did.
Cowboy.
He did.
So,
Also, like
granted,
what I was
he's not
saying.
that big of a guy, but if you were to gain another 15 pounds and ask him to go into the same fight, Cowboy might feel way, way, way more comfortable with another
Yeah,
15 on him than Connor does. And
because he
then
had a
you
bigger
have a
frame.
totally different matchup.
That's true. That's
Totally
true. That's
different
fair.
matchup.
No, that's fair.
Because
That's
comfort
totally
is a huge, huge, huge factor.
that's fair.
So,
But no, what I was saying is about the Connor Cowboy fight. I am still convinced that he anticipated missing that opening shot.
you think so?
I really think so.
I wish we could play it, but we
I
can't.
know. I don't. Yeah, we're too small. I don't want to. I don't want to fight
No,
that
I don't.
battle.
I don't want to. I don't want to do that.
But the opening bell. I know this isn't boxing, but just for the sake of it,
Go for it.
bell rings, right? Bell
Mhm.
rings, and they're still kind of in their stances in their corners, and then Connor just comes out of nowhere with it was a left
I think it was the
jab.
left.
He goes for this massive left jab, and Cowboy ducks and grabs his waist, right?
Hmm.
I think he was anticipating him doing that because that's then what set up the ability to throw the shoulders. And the post fight interview, he talked about. I mean, given the shoulders is what broke the orbital and the nose of Cowboy,
Oh yeah,
but
completely.
he said that he worked on it, and that was that was something new that
Well,
he had added to his arsenal.
yeah, but
So I think
also,
that he,
go ahead.
because if you look at the way that the UFC is evolving, guys like Israel, right?
Hmm.
He he's very it's not his strikes aren't random. He's a great striker, but his strikes aren't random. He traps people. He sets up these traps, and I think that him being the rookie, Connor being kind of I know they're completely different weight classes, but I'm saying like that's where UFC's going, right?
Yeah.
Very technical, very strategic game, right?
Hmm.
Uh, There's no reason to believe that Connor, in his because he was on that losing streak, he knew he needed to change something and keep up with the times. Maybe he thought that, okay, I'm adding the shoulder to this game. Let me set up in the opening round a way that I can be grappling with
Oh,
Cowboy while
yeah.
standing.
Oh,
Give me the
yeah.
opportunity to throw those shoulders.
Now, I'm not saying that he completely planned that Cowboy was going to wrap him up like that, but I really think he was ready for it. I don't think he was like
What I'm saying is,
betting
I don't
everything
think,
on that, but I think he was prepared to take that on.
what I'm
Because
saying is, I
that was
don't
like,
think,
that was a signature Cowboy, like what he did. Like he was like, oh yeah, I'm just gonna dodge this and
yeah,
wrap him, like take him to the floor, like,
right,
or at least try. And I mean, I don't know, like Cowboy's great on the ground, so
yeah,
he's gonna get
and
him where he's comfortable.
Connor's more of a striker, anyways.
Yeah.
Well, but I'm not saying that he completely like anticipated the whole thing, but I think that he threw the hook, the first jab, and I think he was anticipating miss to connect. Is what the point that I'm trying to make you.
Yeah.
He was trying to either get Cowboy to back up to space him out, and then change his mindset from there,
Hmm.
or see if he was going to go for him, right?
Yeah.
Duck and use the fact that he missed the shot and had to kind of reset to then grab him and try to bring him to the ground.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I think that he anticipated missing that opening shot,
Yeah.
but
I mean,
the 40 seconds that followed that opening shot, holy,
holy shit, dude. Oh.
couple of seconds throwing
If you
some shoulders,
haven't
broke
if
the
you
orbital
haven't
and the
seen it,
nose.
go fucking look it up.
It's
Cowboy
on
and
ESPN
McGregor.
Plus. It's also on
Cowboy and
ESPN Plus if you
McGregor.
have
I'm
them.
sure there's a fucking highlight somewhere. It's 40
Oh, I
seconds.
know. I know.
Oh, you could probably find it on YouTube. But Jesus Christ, just go watch it. It's
It's
more than worth it. Just go
oh
watch
my
it.
god. Yeah. I don't know when UFC's coming back though, and it kind of pisses me off.
I don't know, man. Did you see the highlights of the last fight that they did in Brazil?
Yeah.
That was so
Insane.
fucking weird. There was
It was.
nobody in the
There
audience.
was no one there. Yeah.
It was like the commentating listened, or it sounded like a like round of golf.
Yeah.
It was like, okay, you got him here. He's got him here.
Because they felt like they couldn't be excited or yelling because they felt
Yeah,
like because
like there's no
it
one to
could
hype
throw
him
off the
up.
fighters. Right.
There's no one to hype him up. It felt
And
so
the fighters
fucking
must have felt
strange.
weird because I know the fighters a lot of the times use the crowd.
Oh
All
yeah,
athletes use the
completely,
crowd.
for
You know,
sure. But yeah, it was so fucking weird. Like there was
there's
no one.
always with racing. There's always the thing that for the home drivers they always get a fan. It's what they call it, the fan tenth
Hmm.
or the home field advantage tenth, where they drivers that when they're on their home track tend to get faster by a tenth of a second ish, or at least that's the legend.
Really?
So just because they're playing off the crowd,
Okay.
just athletes for whatever reason they just become superhuman to an extra level whenever they have their home field advantage.
Interesting.
Especially in international sport in an international sport like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's it, I, what pisses me off the most is that we have like we're under quarantine, everything is closed, and we have nothing to do or nothing to take our minds off of or like just take us away from this. There's no escape. We're
Have you
always in
seen
it.
Tiger King?
I'm on episode. I just finished episode 1 last night before I went to bed.
Oh man, you're gonna get sucked into that fucking shit so fast. I watched all, what is it,
6,
7 episodes?
7, 7. Yeah.
Yeah, I watched all 7 episodes in the span of 3 days. I was like, I have to. Like, the thing about it is that it never stops peaking.
Yeah.
Every fucking episode is like, is it gets crazier? There's no fucking way. Like this happened? How? Like, how can it get more wild than this? And it does. Fucking insane.
You know, Rogan's the reason that documentary was filmed.
How so?
His bit from his
Oh,
2016
his bit
special.
from what was it? It wasn't Trigger. It was Strange Times maybe.
Whatever the
Was it
2016
Strange
one.
Time? I think it was Strange Times. Yeah, dude, fucking talking about the tiger owners in Texas.
Yeah, Texas
Yeah,
alone
Texas alone, not even
has more
Oklahoma.
tigers in captivity
Yeah,
than there are tigers in the rest of the wild in the world.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, like, keep watching the show. Like, they're fucking
Yeah.
everywhere. For whatever fucking reason, there's a group of fucking maniacs that want to own big animals. Big exotic animals that will eat your face off. Like, you should not be able to own them.
You
Like,
know what
the
else is
only
a
thing, the only, like, exotic animal I'd be like, oh, yeah, I'd like to have one of those is, like, a small monkey. We're not talking a chimp. We're not
but
talking about something that could kill
those
you.
things can be no, but small monkeys are deadly can be deadly
I'm
too
talking like
if
this
not trained
big.
properly.
Like, this big.
Dude,
Yeah, I'm sure they could fuck me up in their own way. But, like,
a household cat could kill you if it wanted to.
this is true. But like that would be the only animal that I'd be like, yeah, okay. Like I don't like cats to begin with that much. Like
Yeah.
they're okay. Definitely more of a dog person. But like, why would you want to own something that's 500 pounds?
Yeah. I just like cats because they're easy. Well, household cats, not big cats.
Yeah. But like,
They're smart enough to know when they're full. They won't just keep eating. They're not retards. Um, in that regard, at least.
I don't know,
Uh,
man. After watching some of those clips from that show, no, no, dude. Like there's a point where he's in the cage with them.
yeah.
No, he was set up at one point and like they put something, I'm gonna, small spoiler, they put something on his shoes to like attract the tigers, and he's like trying to record something like a video or something, and
Oh,
they,
I've seen the clip. The tiger grabs his foot.
yeah, he grabs his boot and he fucking drags him, and
Doesn't the guy shoot?
he takes his pistol out to shoot and scare him. He doesn't shoot the tigers.
Yeah, I know
But
that.
oh my god, also, so the main guy in Oklahoma, his name's Joe Exotic.
Yes.
I don't know what his actual name is. Anyway,
He's also a country music star.
he is, and he's homosexual.
He also has an underwear company.
Fucking go watch it. Like, Mark, I know you're listening. If you haven't seen Tiger King, go watch Tiger King. Please. You have to. Oh God. No, but yeah, it's insane, and Joe Exotic is, if he was a character like written into a Hollywood movie, He would definitely be described as unrealistic.
And you know who would play him?
Who?
Brad Pitt.
I don't think it'd be Brad Pitt.
Think I think it would be Brad Pitt.
No, no, we need Brad Pitt's too pretty.
I mean, he is pretty, but
Brad Pitt's too good looking of a guy. Like Joe's not that good looking of a guy.
he's not. But what I'm saying is the voice, the caricature, like the way and the way he like walks
I
and
don't
like
think
I don't
I
know. I
don't think
think
it would
Brad
be
could do
Brad
it.
Pitt.
Then who would?
We need somebody older than Brad Pitt first off.
Brad's pretty up there in age,
Yeah, but he looks great.
I guess.
He doesn't
Also,
look
they could
that
do it.
old.
They could do what they did in Benjamin Button.
They could, but like I don't think that they could age him to look like the like trailer trash that he's supposed to look like.
I guess. I mean, he kind of felt like trailer trash in Inglorious Bastards.
I still haven't seen that.
Oh my god, it's so good.
Is it?
It is so fucking good.
Okay.
I'm trying to. There's one actor. Oh, have you seen the Rush movie?
Rush movie.
The movie about the Niki Lauda and James Hunt, the F1 story.
No. No.
The
I need
guy,
to
the
watch that.
guy who, the guy who plays Niki Lauda in that movie got his start in American movies in Inglorious Bastards.
Really?
What Quentin Tarantino did is um he hired a bunch of European actors that didn't speak English or didn't speak good English
Hmm.
to make it more authentic, and because he wanted to allow them to break out in Hollywood. And that guy ended up doing that because he got the role of Nicky in the Rush movie after Inglorious Bastards.
That's good. Dude, I swear to God, if anything comes out about Tarantino, I'm gonna be pissed.
I'm gonna be pissed, but I'm not gonna be surprised. Have you read Oh, I
I
guess you haven't
wouldn't
seen the
be
movie.
surprised. I wouldn't be surprised.
I read
The
the
man has a
original.
fucking foot fetish like nobody's business.
Dude, I read I so someone got the copy of the original script copy of Inglorious Bastards that was Quentin's copy that he marked up and wrote all over the place on, and the original thing that he typed out, right?
Hmm.
They scanned it and they put it on the internet. He literally says the N word in the movie so many times. There's not a single black person in the movie. He just says it. It's just said all over the place.
That's
There's
a
nothing.
very Tarantino
There's
thing,
no
though.
talk about African Americans. It's all about Jews. There's no talk about
Yeah, but
African
I mean,
Americans at
like,
all.
that would be a total Tarantino move. Like, we're just gonna throw this word in there that's totally associated with these
These,
people, and they're
yeah,
not even in the movie. Not even
he's calling.
mentioned.
He's calling. Actually, no, I lied. There is one black dude, but it was
But
the
they're
N word.
never gonna refer to him as that word.
No, no, no,
No.
no, no. And all the time they use the N word, it's in relations to Jews. Never about the one black dude in the movie.
Interesting. Like,
It
there
is
was some, like,
so.
wires crossed whenever they were like, what's that word mean? They're like, oh, it's this. And they just, like, associate it with the people they
Well, but
don't like.
it never made the original cut. This is all stuff that got cut out in
I
editing.
know, I'm just saying, like, theoretically, it would be funny. It's like they think that
Yeah,
the N word means Jews. And oh, no.
no, but it's so funny.
Oh, God.
It is my favorite World War II movie because it's so unrealistic and it's just so fun. I'm watching it again tonight. I just made up my mind.
Okay.
Like it's that good. It's on Netflix.
It's
It
that
is
good.
so good. It's so good. You need to watch
Okay.
it. You need to
I'll check
watch
it
it.
out. I'll check it out.
It is a good time. It is a good time.
We have very exciting news. I don't know how much Mario games you've played, but I've played quite a few. And
Uh, my first Mario game was what's that one called that was on the DS Lite? It was Peach and her
was it a
castle.
2D or 3D?
It was a 3D.
Was it Mario 64?
That one. That was my first Mario game.
Okay. So that game originally came out
It was on the N64, I'm assuming.
on the N64. Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, crazy news. Uh it's not officially confirmed, but I trust the guy. One of like the most reputable like gaming journalists, he put out today that um Mario 64, Mario Galaxy from the Wii, and Mario Sunshine from the GameCube will be remastered in a collection.
Oh hell yeah! Can it come out tomorrow? Because I'm bored.
Holy shit, dude. I am so excited. And if this isn't true, I'm gonna track that guy down. I'm gonna egg his car and shit in his house. Like, oh
And I'll join
God.
you on that adventure.
Oh God. I need that to happen. I'm fine to wait for it, but I need that to happen.
Speaking of announcements, right? I don't know if you remember, but last week's episode we had that. Was it last week's episode or was it the week before that we were talking about Ahsoka? I think it was last week's
I think it was
episode.
last week.
Um,
All
we
my
were talking about
days are
how we.
mushed together.
Oh, fuck yeah. Um, I I woke up this morning thought it was
I
April
just
4th.
refer to time as time.
Dude, I was playing Minecraft with my friends. It was kind of an awkward silence. We had like 7 dudes in a Discord. We are all just playing on our server. And then one of our friends goes, "Is today Tuesday?" It was Sunday. And I'm like, his name's also Connor. I'm like, "Connor, it's Sunday." He goes, "Connor, I haven't slept since Tuesday."
Oh no.
Anyways,
Oh
so
Jesus.
last week's episode, we at the end of it, we were talking about Star Wars and we talked about Ahsoka and how we really want to see her in a live action role. Well, the news broke right after we ended that episode that she
Literally
will be
like
in
an
live
hour
action.
later, you sent me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that she will be in live action in The Mandalorian season 2. Now, she's going to be in live action, but the thing is that they had already wrapped shooting for the second season before all this stuff happened, meaning before they announced that.
Mhm.
So, one of two things happened. They kept it a secret they were really good at keeping it a secret, and it wasn't that she was just announced as just being cast for the part, but she had already been cast and they've been working on it for a while.
Okay.
Or it was a secondary thought and she was put in during the reshoots and it's only going to be a cameo. Now the latter is the more realistic one. But she will be in live action and I just want to see a fight scene. I just want one fight scene with her. That's all
Yeah.
I want.
Yeah. I mean, I would like to see more with her, but
Yeah.
I'm okay with that.
But then also good news is that they did wrap shooting before the outbreak where Hollywood shut down. So all the movies have essentially pushed back their release dates. Movies like Onward are coming out on Disney Plus rather than in the movie theaters.
Hmm.
Um, but they finished shooting before that all happened, so the Mandalorian shouldn't be pushed back that much, a month if that. We
Okay.
don't have an affirmative release date, but whenever it was supposed to be released, it shouldn't be pushed back that much because with the internet and stuff like that, the editors can do most of the work from their house anyway.
That's good.
So editing the show not should not be affected by the current situation right now. The only thing that would be affected is the reshoots, but with the Ahsoka news, it sounded like they got the reshoots done before it broke out anyway.
Yeah.
So, or if they have any reshoots, they can always just leave that blank and then do the reshoot after Hollywood opens back up again, slip it in there and still be good for releasing.
Yeah, I think they'll
Depending
be
upon
fine.
again when they were supposed to be releasing.
Yeah, I
So,
think they'll be fine. Um, I don't know, it's weird. I'm interested to see what happens with movie industry with
yeah.
all this. Just I
With
mean,
I think with all industry.
yeah, obviously, but like I mean, the one thing that we are doing constantly is just consuming content, and
Well, that's
especially with all this whole breakout, I'm just interested to see what kind of content's going to be thrown out
and
to.
it's a big time for YouTubers because they've have been seeing record highs of viewership
Oh
and
yeah,
interaction. Also, internet companies are having to throttle internet connection and speeds
I saw that.
because the infrastructure is not strong enough to keep up with literally the entire population of the United States streaming all at once.
Yeah, we need to fix that shit.
But in my mind, it's like they never thought that 300 million people would all be streaming Netflix all at the same time.
That's true.
But that's what's happening right now.
That's
So
true. Yeah,
they
I
didn't
had to go
plan
to
for that.
Hulu. I had to go to Hulu last night. I usually like leave like a show on, right?
Yeah.
To go to bed because like I like the white noise. It's usually like a show that I've seen before.
I just have white noise. I
Well,
just have
that
it.
works too. I get bored with that. I need to like be hearing conversation or like
There
something
you go.
happening. Anyway, so I'll like leave like a show on and I'll just like put my phone screen like down on
Yeah.
like, on my bed and I'll just listen to it. Anyway, I I'm watching through Cowboy Bebop,
Hmm.
and uh I don't know, it's been like a couple months since I've gone back to it, but I've been on Netflix mainly listening to uh mainly comedy specials. Have you seen Tom Segura and Bert Kreischer's?
I've seen Bert's, but I was told not to watch Tom's because it.
You need to watch Tom's.
I heard it ripped on us again though.
It did rip on us again, and you
Yeah,
just need to be okay with that. You just need to be
it's
okay with
it
that. It's
stung a little bit
all
the first
it
time.
it's
It
all
stung a little bit the
jokes.
first, and I know it's all jokes, but
It's
and
all
I'm not saying that
jokes.
he shouldn't be allowed to say that. That's one thing that pisses me off. He should be allowed. We are both Cajuns, and I think that he should be allowed to say that. But
I
that
fucking
doesn't
love
mean
the
that I don't
jokes.
like it.
I think it's hilarious.
But two specials in a row, like, come on, pick on another group of people.
He did pick on another group of people.
But I did really enjoy Bert's. Bert's was oh, Bert's
Dude,
made me feel some kind of way.
fucking hilarious. No, but
I legitimately almost pissed myself watching Bert's.
oh my God, Bert's was so good. It just Ball Hog from Tom Segura and Bert Kreischer, Hey Big Boy. Amazing specials. Honestly, all their specials are amazing, but especially
Rogan's
amazing.
Rogan's off of his has been thrown off of his schedule. He was supposed to come out with one soon.
Supposed to, didn't happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, because of the whole thing.
Yep.
Oh,
Uh,
and
Go
Chris
ahead.
D'Elia's special is has either already dropped or is dropping next month.
Okay.
So
I
that's
never
another
got
one.
into him. I
He's
like
funny.
him. I
He's
like him,
funny.
but
Yeah.
I've watched one of his specials. If he has
Yeah.
more, I know I've seen one of them. It was
I
good.
forgot.
It didn't really
I
get my
forgot.
attention though.
That's fair. I forget. He's also kind of new-ish to the game. Not that new, but
New-ish.
he's
I
not.
don't know. He has a weird stage persona, in my opinion.
He does. But I don't know. I like him. He's a good guy.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
Um,
I don't have anything against him. No. But I don't know. Never. His style was never like, oh my God, he's hilarious.
I was watching. So I was listening to Two Bears One Cave, and Bert. They were talking about specials, and Bert had mentioned this one comedian that he really enjoyed who had just dropped a special. And he said that or not just dropped a special, but he said the previous special had the best opener that he had ever heard ever. And I went and I watched the special. I watched about 30 minutes of the hour special and I turned it off because I just couldn't. It was just the opener was good, but
Who was it? Do you remember?
I can't remember the name for the life of me. But the opener was like I can't like something like I can't hang out with my friend anymore because his wife is too Christian or is a born again Christian. And 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 the punchline was something along the lines of she called me the other day and said that I'm a bad influence on him because he's saying the B word and the C word. And she says, and he says like, "Did you ever hear me say that?" And she said, "Well, no." And he's like, "Well, I think that he got that from you or something along those lines, or whatever." It was a good opener, I'll say that much. But his special was nothing but really short setups and then a punchline, short setups and then a punchline,
No,
and
man. I like stories.
there was no stories, and he
I
was
love
bouncing around all
stories.
over the place. There was no stories, and I was like, "What is this?" It literally felt like I was at an open mic night. Like
Well, I
there was
mean,
no
like
stories whatsoever.
you like for instance, kind of newer comedian. Her name is Taylor Tomlinson. She
Yes,
just came out with a special.
yes,
Did you watch that?
yes, I did.
Okay. That was a great special.
It was so good.
Like I was
Let me
blown
make
out of
sure
the
we're talking about the
water.
same. Let me make sure we're talking about the same person, but
Taylor
I'm pretty sure we
Tomlinson,
are. I'm
blonde.
pretty sure.
She's not that old. She talks about recently being engaged.
Yes, I did watch
Okay.
hers. It was so funny.
So good. That's her first
Yes,
special.
that's good.
That's her first special. Blew it out of the water.
Who's the other chick comedian that I just watched a special of that I really liked? I'm going on Netflix right now. Hold on. There was another female comedian who I watched their special and she was funny. She was
Older,
on
younger.
uh kind of like 30s, I think. She was on she was the cooking show that Bert used to have um on Bill Burr's YouTube network thing.
Oh
Uh
shit, what was that?
cooking with or
It was like Cooking with Bert, I think.
No, but it was like kitchen, like something with kitchens catching
Burnt
on
in the kitchen.
fire.
I don't know what it was.
Something's
I
burning. Something's burning.
Something's burning. Yes, yeah, I've seen
Um,
it.
Michelle Wolf. That is.
Michelle Wolf.
Yes, she came out with a special last year.
Let me look her up.
Um,
I don't know.
Michelle Wolf, and it was just, I think it's Joke Show. Is the name of it? Maybe. Funny, so funny.
Was it her? No,
She's
I
a redhead
haven't.
with really curly hair.
No, I haven't. I haven't seen her.
That's a good watch. It's
Um,
funny. What I like about her is that she's making fun of female, like the way female comedians are,
yeah.
in part, which is
Then
really
I'll
fun.
have to check that out because there's
Yeah,
so much that I could rip on about female comedians.
she also rips on like, yeah, it's just a good watch. It's a good time. It's a
Okay,
really good time.
I'll have to check her out. There was somebody on that same show. Uh, she's never done a special, but she like did like the whole round of like the big podcasts that I listen to. Every
Oh,
single
does she have a
podcast.
podcast?
I don't know.
Because I think my mom listens to her, and is a really big fan of her.
She's not a big comedian.
No, I know, but she is still a comedian, right?
I'm gonna have to like go through all the podcasts that I listen to, but she was on Your Mom's
Hold on.
House.
I could probably get you in it. She
I'm
was on
gonna.
Bert's. She was on
She
Bert's.
was on Something's Burning, and she was on Your Mom's House.
Was she on Bert's podcast as well?
I don't
Because
listen to
I'm
Birdcast.
okay.
I don't know. She might have been. She's an
Let
older
me go look.
lady,
Yeah,
dark curly hair, lesbian.
yeah. Oh, never mind.
No,
I was thinking of Heather McDonald.
it's not Heather McDonald.
She's
Um,
also funny.
she is funny. No, but there was this lady. I need to find her name.
But I
She
think I
was.
oh, she's Jewish? She's Jewish?
Yes.
Yes, I know who you're talking about.
Who
It
is
was when he
that?
did, I forgot her name, but it was whenever he was doing it in New York for a second. He was doing Something's Burning in New York. And that's whenever she was on. I do remember that, yeah.
I was she on with Mark Norman?
I think she was on with another dude, and I think it was Mark Norman. I bet you if you type in something's burning Jewish gay lady or
Yes,
lesbian lady.
Jessica Curson.
Yeah,
Dude,
she was so funny.
holy shit. If you think that she was funny, you need to go listen to uh what is
I
it?
didn't see her on Your
Your
Mom's
Mom's
House.
House. You need to
Yeah.
go watch her on Your Mom's House.
Oh, okay.
She is the funniest. She might be one of the funniest people alive. She might be. Like, holy fucking shit, dude. So good.
That
So
is too
good.
funny.
Have you ever watched the Honeydew podcast with Ryan Sickler?
I don't know. I have not.
Are you familiar with Joey Diaz?
Yeah,
Okay. So Joey
dude.
Diaz,
I have the funniest story about Joey Diaz after this, but continue.
I want you to go check out the Honeydew because
Okay.
what he did is he's been on 4 times. Each time's like 2 hours at least.
Yeah.
And what they've done from episode 1, Ryan Sickler, the host of the Honeydew, he was like, yeah. He's like, I want the whole story. And Joey's like, what are you talking about? He's like, I want your whole fucking life story. And he's like, all right. So they sit down, episode 1. I think they get to like age 8. The
Okay.
next one, they get to like age like 12 or 13.
Who was the guy? I don't remember if it was on. It might have been on Rogan. It was on Rogan. The dude who lost his virginity at like age 8, 7.
Oh, Jim Norton.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
What the fuck?
I don't know, man. But
And he just seemed like he felt like so chill about it. He's like, yeah, didn't you? Like he just felt like he was like,
yeah, he's like, yeah, this is whatever.
no, it's whatever. We blew each other. That's just normal.
Yeah, it's just a thing. Um,
Oh, and by the way, I'm straight, so it's like it's
yeah.
whatever for the homies. I have a
So
wife and
fucking
kids. It's fine.
weird,
I was
dude.
like, what?
No, but who was it? So anyway, so he like does like these first 2 podcasts to get to like 13 or 14, the next podcast to get to like 17, 18, and then the next podcast, the final or episode 4, the most recent one, not the final, but the most recent one, they got to like 21. But Joey Diaz has the most insane life and
Oh,
insane
yeah,
memory.
yeah.
The memory that you have to have to like
Especially,
I can't
for how
fucking
much he
remember what I
smokes.
did a
First,
month ago.
for as much as he smokes too, that the one of the UFC refs, the black guy, um,
I don't know.
he was on Rogan and he was talking about how he went on Diaz's podcast and he said that he needed a full day to recover after that for how much they smoked.
That's amazing. No, dude. Who was it? Tom Segura. I was listening to him. He was on Joe Rogan recently, like a handful of
Yeah,
days ago. And
him
did
and Bert.
yeah, him and Bert. But Tom Segura was on there, and they were talking about it, and they were talking about Joey, and he said that he got a call from Joey like at like 5 o'clock in the morning, and he's like, "I've gone too far," and they're like, "What are you talking about?" And he's like, I got way too high last night," and they're like, "Even you?" And he's like, "Too high, too high. I went so far, I couldn't handle it." If there's one
Oh,
person, actually, yeah, if there's like two people that I can sit down and have dinner with, it would be Tom Segura and Joey Diaz. Like, hands down. Like,
I'll take Bert and Joe
oh
then.
my God. Oh my God, dude. Tom
You know who's
Segura
some
and Joey Diaz would kill me of laughter at the table.
um you know who is, speaking of comedians and who is marveling and reveling in this,
Go ahead.
Ari,
Yeah,
because everyone's forgotten for
everyone.
the most part.
Everyone's forgotten. He
Yeah.
has a clean slate again.
How does he keep doing that?
I don't know. It's like the fourth time.
And apparently he has a girlfriend now.
Apparently so. That's another thing that Tom and Joe were talking about. Apparently he just left like New
Yeah.
York. Like he got the fuck
Yeah.
out. And I think he's in like Baltimore, Maryland, somewhere
Yeah.
in there.
Maryland, yeah.
Anyway, they he got a text from Ari, Tom did, and he's like, "Don't tell my girlfriend where I went." And they're like, "What the fuck are you talking about?" He's like, "Just don't tell her. She doesn't know anything." And I'm like, "How? How does someone date you? If, like we're in a fucking world pandemic and
No,
you just
no.
left?"
No. Back it up. How does someone date that man? Period. Full stop.
Period.
Nothing needs
Yeah.
nothing
But
needed
like,
after that.
what the fuck, dude? Like,
I watched his special a couple of days ago, the most recent one on Netflix.
his is pretty good.
Funny.
His is
It's
pretty good.
funny.
Yeah.
He still rubs me the wrong way. I still
I don't
just,
know.
I at least like Tom as a person. Like, I may not like his last two specials, but at least like him as a person.
Okay, don't shit on both those specials just because they make one joke that you're not
No,
totally happy with. Those are
that's what I'm saying.
amazing
That's what
specials.
I'm saying. It taints the rest of it for me. It's a completely personal opinion. I personally just don't like them.
Okay, that's
It's not
fair. That's
that. Yeah.
totally fair.
Yeah.
I oh god, dude. If you don't like those, go watch his two early ones. Did you
No, I
watch
have.
those?
I have. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
The bit about him and his relationship with the toilet is one of my favorite bits. Just the conversation between him and his wife.
Have you heard the Bert bit about the time that he oh fuck. The time he was at an all black party.
No.
He told it on Two Bears, One Cave.
Wait,
Was it
wait,
on Two
wait.
Bears, One Cave, or maybe your mom's house?
He hasn't been on
I
your
don't
mom's
remember.
house in a long time.
I know it's kind of older, but he said that he was trying to work it into his hour after Hey Big Boy, like the new hour he was working on.
Mhm.
But the problem is he has to say the N word in hard ER. Like there's no other way to do it. I'm not gonna say it, but the story goes
Oh
that he's
God.
going to this. And I feel like I'm gonna butcher this, but for whatever reason, he was going to this one party. Okay, no, he was at work. His girlfriend told him. I think it was his girlfriend told him that there was this party going on. Whatever. He goes to the party to pick her up, and there was no parking. So he goes around the block and ends up getting caught in a all black party.
Oh Jesus.
And he's literally in this middle of the road, and this black guy comes up to me, it goes up to him and goes, "You look scared, white boy," and just all that stuff. And then the black dude leans in real close and gets real close to his face, and just in the whitest voice that you've ever heard, he yells, "Move!" Beep. and then backs away from the car, and all the people turn around and look at him and are pissed off at him. And then the big black guy who said it thankfully says, "No, guys, I'm joking. I said
Oh
that."
God.
And they're like, "Oh, okay." And then he's like, "Come in and have a drink." So then he ends up going party with the black guys, the black at the black party.
Oh Jesus Christ, dude.
He says he's trying to work it into his hour, and he's starting to tell it more on stage, but he has to say the hard ER, and it because that's the only way to
I
that's what happened.
I couldn't. I could never. Unless like I don't know, man. Like unless like I got like the card from somebody. Like you have the pass.
Yeah, but who would you get it from? It's not like they have a black friend
I don't
in their
know,
friend
man.
group.
I don't know. What if they had
But
those?
yeah,
What if you had like inward like permits?
I feel like that's where we're gonna end up,
Okay.
dude. Someone brought up a really I forgot who, but someone brought up a really good point about this progressive movement and whatever, and it's gonna get to the point where progressive people are gonna say that it's not progressive. That what did they say? Fuck, I forgot. It was something really profound. Fucking forgot.
Okay.
Fucking forgot. You
Cool.
know, it is what it is.
We fucking forgot. We're almost at an hour. I'm hungry as hell.
I ate spaghetti.
I'm dying of starvation right now.
I think there's a lot of people that are actually dying from
I
starvation
I
right now.
yeah, I shouldn't say that. I'm very hungry. I'm not dying.
There you go.
Uh Jesus Christ. Um One last thing. What have you been playing to wrap up this time to kill the boredom?
Minecraft. Well, started with Ark. Buddy of mine had an Ark server. We got on. We played that for a while. Had a war day. Kind of concluded that. And then I got a Minecraft server, and we're playing a mod pack called Crack Pack 3.
Crack Pack
And
3, do you sell crack
yes,
to each other?
no, we
Damn
don't.
it.
And
I
right
don't want to
before
play anymore.
we were trying to figure out some issue, like some power thing that we were having issues with before we got on the podcast. But I've been playing Minecraft. There was a span of 3 days this week where I would wake up at 9 o'clock.
This week
Okay,
we're on Tuesday already.
last week,
Okay.
where I'd wake up at 9 o'clock. I would shower. I'd eat breakfast. I'd play Minecraft until about noon.
Okay.
I'd eat lunch. I'd play Minecraft until dinner. I'd eat dinner, and I would then play Minecraft until 2 o'clock in the morning, and then
It's a
go to
rough
bed
cycle.
and wake up again the next day and do that again.
That's a lot of
Better than my
Minecraft.
buddy site, that Connor guy I was telling you about.
Hmm.
He was staying up till 6 and waking up at 10.
Why?
We just got addicted. That's all we wanted to do.
I mean, that's fair. Like, but why? Okay.
What have you been playing?
Uh, been
Well,
killing
Animal
Animal
Crossing.
Crossing.
Yeah.
But the thing about Animal Crossing, I feel like Animal Crossing is a really good game for people that don't have that much time.
mm,
Because there's only so much you can do in a day on Animal Crossing.
mm,
Because it stays with the actual days.
mm.
So, like, if I log on, it will actually be March 31st. If I
Interesting.
get on, it will be 7:46.
Interesting.
So, like, the light and everything, like, it's scaled to actual days. Anyway, um, so that being said, it's a really great game, but there's only so much that you can do with that.
Yeah.
So, me and three of our friends, we got Grand Theft Auto,
Mm-hmm.
and I decided to grind that shit out over,
Mm-hmm.
was it last weekend? It was the
Probably.
weekend
I saw
before.
you on last week.
It was the weekend
Yeah.
before. I grinded that shit out and set up everything so now we can run the heist.
I'm down if you need another person, if one of your peoples can't get in.
We're trying. I appreciate that, and I
Yep.
definitely will put you in there, but we're doing the loyalty bonus first.
Okay.
So we're gonna run through all of them. We just did the Humane Labs raid, and I think that there's two more. Am I correct
Yes,
about that? Because you have
I think so.
Series A funding, and then you have the
Mhm.
Pacific Standard job.
Pacific, yeah, the
Yeah, the
Pacific
bank
Rim
heist.
job.
Yeah, the Pacific Rim job. Um, yeah. It's where two giant robots with two people
Lick
controlling
each other's
one
buttholes.
robot. It's yeah, where one robot licks the other robot's asshole.
Hmm.
Yeah,
It's
so
very
that's
oily,
the Pacific Rim job. I'm surprised that the game can handle the graphics, honestly.
especially for a
It's
game
a
that old.
very
When
intense
is
scene.
6 coming out?
Uh,
Because we know they're working on it. They confirmed they're
um,
working on it.
when did they confirm that?
Not too long, like a few months, like maybe last year, 2019.
Okay.
Rockstar said they're working on Rockstar 6, Grand Theft Auto 6.
I mean, I'll definitely be purchasing it because I love
Oh, for
Grand Theft
sure.
Auto 5, but uh, yeah, I had no idea about that.
Yeah.
Well, they have my money. I'm
Too
sold.
much. Yeah, that's true.
I'm sold already. All right, man. I'm gonna go eat dinner right at an hour.
All right.
So yeah, take it easy
You as
and
well.
go follow on Spotify. Go
iTunes
iTunes. Yeah,
and
go
Google.
subscribe on iTunes. Download that shit if you want. Um, or I mean, you don't. I guess you don't have to because it's like your home and
Yeah.
Wi-Fi is all over the place. So yeah, don't download it. Save
Do
your
whatever you want.
storage.
Do whatever you
Save
want.
your storage. Don't download it. Just stream the shit out of it. Keep it running 24/7 actually, and
Yeah. I'm
annoy
down.
your family with it. Thank you.
I'm down. Of course.
Just just hook it up to if you have one of those fancy smart homes, just hook your phone up to it and run it on iTunes and just get us dropping the F bomb every 20 seconds running
Works
through
for
your
me.
house. Yeah.
Works for me.
All right.
All
Cool.
right.
All right, man. Peace out.
You as well.